Okay, wait. Are you ready for the most annoying story of the week? No, seriously, you're going to be pissed off. A polling firm just admitted that when their numbers showed one candidate doing well, they went in and switched people's answers to a different candidate because the real result didn't match what they personally thought was happening. Obviously, that's insane. So we need to name and shame them. That was from the Public Sentiment Institute, and it was specifically in regards to the Florida governor's race. Jay Collins was polling in the 20s in their data, and they decided that that actually didn't line up with their read of the race. So they took people who had picked Collins in their survey and instead leaned them toward James Fishback. And guess what? That's because Fishback's campaign had paid them about $1,500 before the poll came out, which nobody had disclosed at the time. Obviously, once the voters actually showed up to the polls, James Fishback got like 10% of the vote. And that all happened in the same month that a firm called Median Strategies pushed out completely fabricated polls across 3 states and then told the LA Times, whoopsies, the whole thing was basically a short term social experiment to see whether made up polling could spread through the political ecosystem without anyone verifying it. And then they promptly took their website down. And it turns out the answer to their question, their social experiment, was yes. Karen Bass's own campaign posted a screenshot of this fake poll showing that she was up 12 points as proof of momentum. Obviously, they deleted it when the truth came out. Making something that looks like a legit poll costs almost nothing with AI now. The release, the crosstabs, the methodology paragraph, it just takes like one afternoon of work. Real polling gets more and more expensive every single cycle because nobody really answers their phone anymore. So the good stuff is slow and rare. The garbage is free and instant, and you can find it basically anywhere you look. And in your feed, sometimes those two things look identical. I've gone back and forth about whether this actually changes how people vote, and I don't think it does. Polls don't really move voters much. Instead, they move donors and TV bookers, and they can sometimes help decide endorsements or inform prediction markets. And every single media story about who's supposedly surging or who deserves an interview. That's exactly why someone like James Fishback was covered as a real contender for months on numbers that a pollster on his payroll was massaging. And then actual voters got their turn and gave him single digits.